Let's take you back to our main story we've been following, with more than 60 Palestinians killed in Gaza due to Israeli strikes as thousands flee the northern areas to the south. We can go to Michail Fotiadis. He's a project coordinator for Doctors Without Borders. He joins us from al-Mawasi in southern Gaza. Hopefully you can hear us this time, Michail. So before we lost the connection, I was just asking you about how the fact that we heard spokespersons for the Israeli military, when they were telling people to flee to the south, to flee to Mawasi, they were promising people that they would find there shelter, they'd find clinics, medical facilities, they'd find food, infrastructure, water provisions and so on. Have you seen any sign of the Israeli occupation authorities building that kind of infrastructure in these last few weeks and months to accommodate these large numbers of people?
To tell you the truth, the situation here in Mawasi was already over the capacity of the organizations that were supporting the people, the displaced from previous situations in Gaza City. So I don't see anything more, any new infrastructure. Everybody's looking for a place to pitch a tent. The materials are not available. The situation is really dire for the population. I saw tents by the sea in places that was only in sand. And so access to water is very difficult, access to health facilities, to hygiene, with the lack of hygiene for simple personal hygiene and for the family can have very adverse health consequences.
So if that's the situation in al-Mawasi, one has to wonder, what is the condition that people left in the north who haven't made it to the south? What are they facing? Do they have access to any of those sorts of provisions there as the Israeli military assault progresses?
Before the latest campaign, the situation was catastrophic also in Gaza. But still there were some parts of the hospitals functioning. There was some health center operating. We had two MSF in the Gaza City. Food sometimes was available, but the prices was very high. Water distribution was possible. They were living in their houses. There were places that they could really serve some basic needs. Now fear prevents people to access hospital.
And when people do arrive in al-Mawasi where you are, what condition are you seeing people arrive in?
Look, a couple of days ago I drove from Gaza City to al-Mawasi. People are leaving the Gaza City with whatever they can. I saw pregnant women, I saw disabled people on wheelchairs. They are using whatever means they have. So when they arrive here, it's nothing. So they are trying to find a place. They are shocked. It's really dramatic. It's a heartbreaking situation.
And often it's the immediate survival needs that are an issue in a situation like this, where a population is under siege, being deprived of the basics or the sufficient quantity of basics of life. What about the mental condition that they are arriving in the south, the sort of trauma that they have gone through and how that's impacting them, and what sort of help is, if any, is available to them for that?
Usually, in situations like this, survival prevails. But Palestinians in Gaza Strip, they had to endure so many and different displacements, so many situations of fear. So they are beyond desperation.
Thank you very much for talking to us, Michail Fotiadis from Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.